Hi everybody, it's the Trail Dancer, and today's topic is how to stay positive through this nightmare called COVID-19. So stay tuned. Okay, so if you're like me, this COVID-19 situation has taken a toll on not only financially but mentally. Being a professional dancer, my industry is pretty much gone right now. We're relying on Zoom and online classes to try to make a living and try to stay afloat through this nightmare situation. And somebody like me who travels the world and relies on my travel for my income, while everything's locked down, I basically have nothing right now, no income. And for a lot of us professional dancers and professional artists and self-contractors and people who work for themselves, like, we don't have a lot of nest egg to rest on. You know, we do this for the love of it, not for the money of it. Sometimes I always look at this and should I have kept my MBA job and not become a professional dancer full time? But you know, you can't look back at things. You just gotta go with what you love, and hopefully it brings you happiness down the road. So here's a question I want to ask everybody. How's everyone staying sane through this? You know, we're talking about, you know, social distancing and when we're going to open up society. Will we ever get back to a normal society, a normal way of life that we had 6 months ago, or actually 4 months ago? Like, it's really difficult. Nobody's talking about the mental anguish of what we're dealing with through this. And especially for somebody like me who has a girlfriend who lives in Finland, I had to leave her on March 31st and took one of the last flights from Helsinki back home. And now I don't know when I'm going to see the love of my life. Like, it's really sad. Like, we're trying to stay connected like we usually do through social media, but it's just not the same. You know, we don't usually go more than 3 months without seeing each other on a bad time. But now everything's up in the air. So how do we stay positive through this? How do we remain positive? You know, there's so many of us who are dealing with so many negative things, you know, from PCT hikers who have saved up years to hike the PCT. Now we can't. We shouldn't be doing that because we need to really keep the trail towns and the trail angels safe among other hikers. There's a lot of older hikers on the trails. So we want to make sure that we really abide by this social distancing so we can get back. So how do we stay positive? How do we deal with this? Well, for me, there's a couple things. One, I'm taking this time to do other things that I don't normally get a chance to do because of time. Like, I read a lot more now. I'm researching gear like crazy. Like, I don't do that already, but I do. I'm pretty much an expert on every freaking piece of gear on the planet. But now I'm even doing more. It's like an obsession. So that's what's keeping me sane. And two, I live in Central Oregon. So there are some places around where I live, like the setting I'm in right now outside of Sisters, which I can come and there's nobody out here. I can film and just get a little bit of fresh air. I'm lucky in that manner. But if I'm in New York City and living in dense populated housing facilities, how am I going to do that? Where am I going to go? So what are you guys doing to stay positive? What's on your minds? How are you dealing with this? Are you talking to friends more? Are you doing hobbies that you don't necessarily usually do, but you wanted to do? Like for me, I'm going to try to film a lot more of my gear videos. I have a lot of gear that I need to do, and this is a first attempt of really trying to get my content out there. So I'm learning how to do this as I go. So expect a lot more online gear reviews and travel vlogs coming from me in the next weeks. But what are you doing? What are you doing to stay sane through this? Here's some pointers I think that have helped me through really difficult times when I think all hope is lost. One, be social. Whether it be social media, whether it be talking on the phone to somebody. Don't isolate yourself. Make sure you really have an outlet to talk to people, and when you have negative thoughts, be able to address them to your friends and family. You know, we're all going through this, and we need to understand that talking this out is really good therapy for all of us. Number 2, try something during this time to stay positive. Do something that you normally wouldn't have time to do. Maybe work out more at home, like I'm trying to do right now, get myself in shape. Because my girlfriend is so much more in shape than me. It's embarrassing. And we're both pro dancers, but I got to keep up with her. So I'm taking this time to really try to do a lot more body work isolations and stuff like that. Number 3, when you think things are going really bad, take a piece of paper or your notes on your phone or what have you, and write down a list of negative things that you're going through right now, and then also some positive things. And then try to focus or eliminate some of the negative things by focusing on the positive things. Never go to bed with a negative thought. Always go to bed with a positive thought if possible. I know it's really difficult right now, but we have to try to do it. You know, if I go to bed saying, God, when am I going to see my girlfriend again? You know, we're supposed to hike all these hikes this summer, like the Kungsleden and the High Coast Trail in Sweden. And are we going to be able to do this? I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. We need time apart, and I might not be able to get over there. The trails may be closed. The mountain huts may be closed. So I just have to turn that into a positive some way, saying I will eventually go through this, and we will have that opportunity, hopefully, to do what we love to do. The one negative thing that's really hard for me right now to deal with is I'm getting up there in age. You know, I'm not 30 anymore like my girlfriend. And I have to be worried that I'm in the category that I could be susceptible to this disease, and it could affect me. It could kill me. So I have so much more I want to do in life. There's so many things that I haven't done, I haven't shared yet. You know, like my emotion class and retreat that I've just designed. I'm looking forward to giving that to the community. I want to do a lot more hiking. I want to finally through hike the entire PCT. You know, I've only done most of the sections of it, but I want to hike it all the way through. I want to hike some other things like the Kungsleden and other trails like the Pilgrim's Trail up in Norway. There's so many things I want to hike. So I have to stay positive through this. I've got to keep myself distanced from people. I've got to wear my mask when I'm around and outside. When I have to go into the stores or pharmacies, I've got to make sure that I really, really, really pay attention to these things. And be safe, not only for myself, but for my mom and my sister too. We all live in one house together, and you know, my mom has just had a heart attack a month ago, and I worry about her. It's scary for all of us, but we have to always understand that life is full of challenges and full of ups and downs, and we have to be able to be resilient and work through this. No matter how much it pains us to do so, we have to fight through this as a human race. Because I feel like this is something that we all knew that was out there that could happen. And I don't really think I was thinking it could happen in my lifetime, but it has. And I don't think this is the last one of these we will go through. So we need to take this experience as countries and as a human race to do what we can to prepare ourselves for the next pandemic that will happen. This could be just the tip of the iceberg. There could be some out there that are much, much worse and kill way more people. It's happened throughout time, and it will happen again. We just have to take this as a positive and say, look, this really caught us off guard, and now we need to do what we need to do to make things better. So in the meantime, guys, I have a couple things. Stop blaming everybody for everything. I'm not the biggest Trump supporter. I am a Bernie supporter. I believe that way in my political views. I'm more of a moderate. I think Trump's not my favorite human. He's one of my least favorite humans. But we have to stop blaming everything and going against facts. You know, we have to stop buying into all this crap. What's really irritating me right now is people are taking advantage of the human condition right now in amount of fear and desperation. People are taking advantage of people like this. They're trying to sell remedies for COVID-19 when it doesn't work. Lemon juice and baking soda? Come on, people. Like, it just pisses me off that humans will resort to that low mentality to take advantage of other people at a time of need. It's evil, and it's something that we as humans need to fight through. We're all humans. We all have different beliefs and different religious views, but let's not try to put those views on other people. Accept people for what they are and what they believe in. Not everybody is correct, not everybody is right. Everybody has a right to their opinion as a human. We've had too much suppression in the world over the history of mankind, and we need to evolve out of this nonsense. If I have my way, we'd be Star Trek again and have a society with or not again, but someday, a society with no money involved, just having a job doing the betterment for the human race. It's the way it should be, everyone. And maybe if we get rid of greed, that will happen someday. Not in my lifetime and not in probably like 50 generations, but maybe hopefully we'll have that. I just wait for the aliens to come down and teach us another lesson here. But anyways, that's my rant for today. Please stay safe. Please stay adamant about social distancing. Wear your mask. Keep your 6-foot minimum distance. Don't go out in public unless you really have to. I'm out here in the middle of the woods. If you want to run and be out here, that's fine. But don't put yourself in a situation where you're putting other people at risk. That's the key. And I just want to say to all my friends and family and all both in the dance world and my new hiking community, or my hiking community that I'm trying to get more involved with after all these years. I'm sending much love and hugs to everybody, and I hope when this is all over, you grab your friends and give them a big hug. Let's not talk about blaming people. Let's not talk about who did this, who didn't do this, who did what, who didn't do what. Let's just take this time to have empathy for people and have compassion for people at a time of need. And this is what's needed in the world right now. Wish I had a lot of power where I could run for office and try to implement some of these views to everybody, but maybe another life. Anyways, for now, stay safe and love all of you. Peace out.